A while back, me and one of my friends had gotten into a disagreement about how I let my son communicate to me. His whole thing was, oh, you're coddling him, you're nurturing him. Pretty much, I'm giving him space to be his own person. And to him, it was like frowned upon, or even, how can I put this? He wasn't used to it because he was always told to stay in the child's place. And me saying, listen, I understand that children don't stay children forever. They need a space to grow. They need a safe space to land. And that safe space is, if you want to cuss, if you want to yell, you want to scream, you have the freedom to do so. And I'm not putting no limits on it. Because me as a child knew that I was safe to say what I needed to say. I wasn't hit in the mouth. I wasn't told to be quiet. I wasn't told, like, pretty much the person that you see today is because my parents didn't tell me, oh, watch your mouth, stay in a child's place, speak when spoken to, stay out of adult business. Like, and then you create adults who can't handle conflict, who can only use anger as an emotion when it could be disappointment, it could be frustration, like it could be other things. There's a whole emotional wheel that has emotions outside of anger. Anger could be disappointment, or happiness could be excitement. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's different stuff. It's not just one thing. And because you didn't create that space for your sons, now you have the angry men. Now you have the emotional men who want to say, oh, well, men are more logical. No, you're not. You're just void of emotion because someone silenced you. Roll the clip.
In your upbringing, in your development, as you were becoming a full person, every single stop along the way is designed to separate you from your emotions. You're really, really good at the things that you practice. So when you are a little teeny boy and you cry and you just want your mom to pick you up and hug you, somebody's probably going to say, hey, stop holding that boy like that. You're going to make him soft, separating you from your emotions. When you become a little kid and you fall off of your bike and you cry because your knee hurts, it's bleeding, somebody's going to tell you, hey, get up, get back on that bike, stop crying. When you become a young man, when you're a teenager and the person you love broke up with you, they say, hey, it's other fish in the sea. What you crying over another person for? Why are you crying? And all of these are designed to separate you from your emotions. And what happens is your internal sense of being gets thrown off and off whack, where now you can't access those emotions when you need to. So like there'll be an emotion that happens and you'll be angry. There'll be something that happens to evoke an angry emotion. The anger is the first feeling that you feel. But when you sit with that anger for a little bit and you realize what else may be attached to it, you realize that you're angry because you're disappointed. Why are you disappointed? And then when you sit with that disappointment and you process it enough, you feel disappointed because you feel hopeless and you're trying to solve for anger, but what you really feel is also hopelessness. If you have a migraine, I don't think allergy medicine is going to fix that. You have a prescription for a feeling that's not working and you remain angry. So if you don't hear anything else I say, just know that men have been designed to rebrand their emotions into something that is way more palatable socially, way more acceptable socially. But that sadness permeates not only into your family, but into the deepest parts of your life and your being. And if you don't have enough practice accepting that sadness without making yourself feel bad about it, you won't know how to fix and solve it. The manliest thing you can do isn't to ignore your emotions. And I think just masculinity is having a really tough time adapting, but you don't have to. And instead of rebranding and avoiding your feelings, actually understanding them and having words to them and controlling them is how you become, as my mentor Jason Wilson says, a comprehensive man.
All of the things. All of the things. Even now, like in my adult relationships with my male friends, I can hear what's not being spoken because that silent treatment, that means you may be embarrassed or you may not know how to talk to me, or the cutting off and the blocking, or the falling back because you weren't able to say, you know what, this makes me uncomfortable, or I'm unsure of what I'm seeing, or I'm unsure. So you don't even know, you don't have the vocabulary. That's what I'm looking for. You don't have the vocabulary to tell me what you're feeling, but you can only display anger. when it could be something totally different. And I also realized that a lot of the times that when I have these conversations with men, it don't got shit to do with me. It don't got shit to do with me. So when I'm not responding how you would normally get a response, you're confused, which causes you to be angry because you're confused. Here's the emotional wheel. Let me share that with you. Save this. So if whenever these emotions come up, you kind of can pick out, where you fall in the category. Go in and save that pool. Anger. You see that little pink level? So you got anger, fear, love, joy, surprise, and sadness. Anger could be rage, exasperated, irritable, envy, disgust, or leading to it. Hate, hostile, agitated, frustrated. You see where I'm going with this? Right here at the top. This little section right here. Some of you only can fall in that one category when it could be sadness, you're suffering, or you're angry. Like the outer wheel is the vocabulary that you don't have. Screenshot it and save it. Because a lot of you refuse to acknowledge that you're not angry. You could be afraid. You could be nervous. Insecure. Yeah, insecure. Inadequate. You see how them arrows go out? When y'all say things like, oh, my woman can't. You're afraid because you're insecure that you may be inadequate. Come on, somebody.